Oh, hey there, buddy. What are you doing? How are you? You're a big guy, aren't you? What's up, everybody, and welcome. It's bright and early here. I'm actually just returning to a job that I was started on yesterday, but I got rained out. It's the beginning of the summer here in Florida, so we're going to get rain every day, basically. So right now, we're going to run and finish the job. It's just a jack plate fix, which was, the jack plate wasn't working. It was just because of one of the solenoids that would go up, but wouldn't go down, so it's stuck up right now. So we'll run to the boat. There's actually something kind of cool about this area that I didn't even think about it, but we'll film it because this place ain't going to be here much longer, so let's just get started. Alright, well, here's our boat. This is a 210 whaler. You can see the motor. Zoom in. She's stuck all the way up on the jack plate. So I got my electrical stuff. No big deal. That's a easy fix. I'll show you real quick. If you look right here, this is sea hags. So it's a little dark. The sun's trying to come out past our storm clouds here. The Sea Hags is a bar and grill. It's been here about 15 years now. And if you look, this old Marina is kind of worn out. Seen better days. But Sunday is the last day for that restaurant. They're going to tear this down. And I'm sure more of that stuff's going to go in. And I'm not sure what's going to happen to these boats and the Marina. But I'm sure all this is going to be replaced soon. Anyway, let's get back to our whaler here. I thought that was kind of interesting. Funny, I'm here one of the last days going to be open. Alright, so if we jump in the back of the boat here, I have a relay pack right here, which is the old way to do it. They don't even do it like this anymore. Everything's all part of the motor, but here's our relay pack. I just put some quick connectors, actually what came with, because I'm going to heat shrink everything. And we're just hooked straight to our battery. And the old one is mounted to the wall, somewhere back here. Nope, there it is right there. So one of those relays went bad right there. And that's why we're replacing it with a new pack. Of course, everything's all wet because of the rain, and it's starting to rain again right now. So let me get this wired real quick, and we'll go push the button. We'll make sure it works, and then we'll tie all this back up nicely and heat shrink it all. All right, here's our switch. So we got up and down. We're stuck up. So hopefully, yep, there she goes. Alright, seems to be working good. Alright, well, let me put this together real quick. I want to make sure it's all right. And I'm not going to film it because I'm going to get hit by this rain. It's already starting to sprinkle. So I just want to get this done, and then we'll get back to the shop. Alright, there's our old one. Our new one is tied back up back there. Wiring's all tied nicely. So let's see if it works. Alright, there she goes. Moving our 200 Verado up and down. No issue. Alright, well, we beat the rain. You can see it back there. Or it just passed by us anyways. I'm not sure if we're going to get any more today, but it's anybody's guess in Florida. Also, say goodbye to Sea Hags. Bye, Sea Hags. Anyway, let's get back to the shop. Well, the rain passed. We got us a rainbow here. We're loaded up. We got what we need. We got an air conditioner pump for a 350 Sea Ray, which is a 2023. It's a brand new one. So we're going to head to the boat. We got one other problem, which is the hatch lift, so hopefully we can get the hatch lift opened, because that's where the air conditioner pump is. So I guess we'll just get to the job and find out. Well, we're getting close, and the rain seems to be following me. So let's get out to the boat, because I don't feel like getting wet again today. So here she is, 2023. Not sure what size it is, 35 I think it was that I said. Yeah, it's got twin Verados. Nice boat, really. Looks like the neighbor has the same boat. Pretty close. You can see like clear skies and storms. So hopefully that crap stays over there and doesn't get us, because that looks like it's right on us. Alright, let's jump on here. We'll get our batteries on. And we gotta jump to the screen because we want to open up this back hatch. I want to see why it's not opening or what we need to figure out there. Battery. Alright, we got our screens lit up here. Alright, let's go to our dash here. We'll try to find this alarm. So we got Naviop, which is what controls everything. Now we got it right away. So what do we have? Try to zoom in here. Channel 6 fault. Check fuse and relay. Okay. Let's look at my little email here. It says F6, which is channel 6 on the Egon 1, which is the controller for it. It is the hatch lift, which I don't think the hatch lift is controlled on our screen here. Let's go to our vessel. Yes, we got sure shade. Back up. Running lights, all that. We got lights here. Bilge head, cabin, courtesy. Got nothing there. Our batteries are good. Communication errors because our motors are off. We got 26 gallons of fresh water. It doesn't look like we can control our hatch lift. There's a button back here, so let's see if it even works. We got different color lights on. Oh, well, it works. That's good because I didn't want to fight that thing anyways. I'm also pretty sure that the box for this is in the bilge here where that fuse would be. So let me go get some fuses and we'll check it out. Alright, let's get down into our bilge here. When we turn around against this wall, we should find our little box. Oh, there it is right there. Egon 1. So yeah, it's still saying hatch lift on this too. So let's pull that fuse and look at it. Alright, so we'll zoom it on in. Pull it out. It doesn't look blown, but I'm going to change it out anyways. Our F6. It's kind of hard with this cover on it. There we go. Now, let's reset our dash. We're going to turn our batteries back on and off. Head back up here and see if we get any more alarms or anything. Might have to call C-Ray and ask him what's happening if the fuse doesn't fix it here, because it didn't seem like there was much wrong and the hatch lift working. It's kind of funny how we're getting an alarm on the screen. We're going to go back to our Navi-op. So we still have an alarm. We're checking fuse and relay. Fuse is good. I don't even see a relay connected to our 6th channel here, or whatever it is, or channel 6. So let me get on the horn with C-Ray, because I'm curious of how this thing is wired and why the hatch lift is working, and we have an alarm and the fuse is good. So let me call them. Maybe we'll get an answer of how this thing's wired and what's actually happening here. Okay, after checking with C-Ray, he said ignore this, because sometimes this will read the wrong number. They don't even know why yet. They're going to ask the engineering about this. But if you go into diagnostic right here, if you look, you'll see the red box. Click on which one it is, because there's different modules. You look here, F9, R6 to F9 is underwater lights, which is here, not here. So for some reason, it's getting mixed up. The Navi-op is getting mixed up. Not sure why, but that's what they said. They've seen this a few times, so we're gonna go switch this fuse out and see if this all goes away. All right, so this fuse is definitely blown. You can see it. Put a new one in it. Okay, battery's back on. Let's see what happens. All right, let's go back into it. See if we got any more alarms. Look at that. Nothing. No codes. So that's all it was. Just the wrong circuit they were telling me. Definitely different. We learn something every day. Well, good. Well, before we check the next item on our list here, let's make sure underwater lights work. If they didn't, that would go off right away, because it'll either check resistance or blow a fuse. You got a short, anything like that. So looks like we're working just fine. You can even look back just to make sure. And yeah, obviously we got lots of different colors happening here. All right, well, let's turn this off. That's all good. All right, so the next thing on our list is this air conditioning pump right here. The Dometic guy right there. I hear that it is not working, but first thing I want to do is check power to it, because I didn't diagnose this, so I always like to double check before we find a different problem or find something else that might be the case and the pump's still good. So let's fire this up and go down to our little port side cabin here. Open this up. We got our AC voltage here. Got our charging. Got good 119 volts on both sides there. Everything looks good. Battery charger, refrigerator, inverter. And also the air conditioner works off an inverter. Okay. So let's check. See what happens. I can hear the little vent pushing air out. Let's crank this thing all the way to cold. I heard the unit turn on, but now we gotta see if that pump's turning on. I can hear it. Sounds like she's running fine. Let's get the boat down in the water more. I think we might be on the lift a little too much here. Okay, so I got the boat down lower, and looking at this, it's airlocked right now. There's nothing flowing through that strainer or anything. I just pulled that off, tried to cycle it, but I just don't think we're getting any pressure from down here. So I'm gonna lower it down so we're floating completely, because that might be sitting on a bunk on the lift here. That could definitely cause a problem. All right, now we're floating for sure. Hopefully you don't float away. Well, it looks like it's turned itself off here. I want to see if we got any water pressure now. There it goes. See, it's filled. We got plenty of water pressure now. So we should be able to fire this thing up now and get it to pump water. It looks like we might just been on the lift the whole time. That's why that thing's not priming. Right, we're back running. Now, let's make sure she's working. You can hear the pump running now. I'm not sure if she's taking any water through her or not. Let's look at the front of the boat real quick and see if we can find the spot where it exits. I'm looking on the side of the boat here. I'm gonna guess it comes out the port side over here. We got nothing. So let me go grab some tools. We'll see if we can figure out what's happening. Okay, so I loosened our screws here, or our clamps, I mean, so we can see we got water coming out this side. Of course, I get the line off and it shuts down because it's cycling. It's getting too hot, so it's turning itself off. Flip it back on. There we go. They're spraying now. She definitely got pressure. Lots of it. Okay, now we're back on enough. I'll tighten that down in a second. We should be pumping out the side now. Hey, there we go. We were just airlocked. That happens. It's actually very common with boats that are on lifts, because you lift this thing up and then that water drains out, and then you go to turn this all on, and you get airlocked, and it's going to shut down every time. So we're going to let it run. Let it run for a while. Make sure it doesn't shut itself off. Alright, so here, just tighten our clamps back up. I turned it all off so you can hear me. Everything's good. It's been running for a long time. We're cooled off. If you ever have this problem, before you put on the lift, you can shut this valve off to keep water in the system, so that when you put it back down in the water, you open that valve and it won't have any airlock problems or anything. The other thing you could do is, if it's airlocked, do exactly what I did, is pull this line off, start it up, and make sure you got good pressure coming through here. Pull it off some, make sure it's squirting out. That'll release all the air out. But you do have to have the boat under the water line, so you have pressure coming up here. You can also attempt to pull the strainer and see if you can get the air out that way, the first try. But worst case scenario, as long as your pump's good and you're in the water enough, try to pull that off. All right, now the sun's out. I'm not getting chased by rain, but now it's 125,000% humidity. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of the hole, get this thing packed up, get it put up. Got any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to hit me up in the comments. And as always, I appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you next time. Later. Well, look at this boat. All it does is run around and suck poo. It's kind of got a shitty job, huh?